Yo, what's up guys? Coach Jonathan here with On Track Fitness, and real quick, I wanted to come at you guys today with a video on uncomplicating fitness. So on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, like you're watching right now, there is a lot of BS out there and a lot of people saying conflicting information. So I wanted to make this quick video to just kind of go through what I think are the minors and the majors, because I always like to tell people, stop majoring in the minors, because if you're majoring in the minors in fitness, you're going to see very little results, and that same exact idea applies to everything else in life. So without further ado, I want to get into this. So the goal of this video is to uncomplicate fitness and get a good game plan together so you can start losing weight this week, because this week is the week that you need to start. Stop putting it off. There's never going to be a perfect time to lose weight, and there's never going to be a perfect time to start your fitness journey. So all I want to do in this video is give you some tips to get you moving in the right direction so you can start losing that weight as soon as this week and kind of get that ball rolling. And before I get into all that, if you are struggling with weight loss, if this is something that you've been trying to do for the last few weeks, last few months, and you're seeing very little results and you feel kind of lost, what I want you to do is subscribe below and also click the link in the bio below this and follow me on Instagram, because I am always giving out free tips and tricks to my followers on how to lose weight while navigating their busy schedules, because a lot of my clients work in finance, they work in law, they're executive managers in their companies, and they don't have a lot of time. They're traveling for meetings, all that stuff, and a personalized plan and tips that go along with their lifestyle goes a long way. So give me a follow on Instagram and subscribe below for more videos just like this. But to get into things, so the majors and the minors, like I said, you want to major in the majors. You don't want to major in the minors. And going into that, there's going to be a few things that I consider to be the majors in fitness. And those are going to be a calorie deficit, consistency, protein and fiber, and then also activity and exercise. So I want to get into each one of these individually real quickly. And the first one is the most important by a mile, and that is going to be a calorie deficit. So a calorie deficit is simply eating below your maintenance calories. How you can calculate that, there's a bunch of different ways. And I am going to get a video up on here soon on how to go through and calculate your specific calories. But a calorie deficit, you want to be eating on your maintenance, like I said, and that is going to be the goal for weight loss. So if you're not doing that, you are quite literally never going to lose weight, okay? Same thing goes for if you're trying to gain weight. You want to be in a caloric surplus. So there's a big equation that goes into that, and it varies from person to person, and equations are never perfect either. So when we start working with each one of our clients, this is something I would tell you if you start with us. We have you track your first full week, and we monitor weight correlation with food intake, and then we go from there, because equations are not 100% spot on every week. And we want to dial in as quickly as possible. So going off an equation is a good starting point, but it's not perfect. So just remember that. But with that is the number one most important thing with weight loss, and in every single diet out there. So whether you're doing keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, if you're on Activia, whatever it may be, they are all putting you in a caloric deficit, and that is why you are losing weight. Something to keep in mind with that though is if you are too aggressive with your caloric deficit, you will lose weight, but you're not going to be losing just body fat, which is what you want to lose. You'll be losing muscle in the meantime, and as you lose muscle, your metabolism is going to absolutely tank. It'll be really hard to continue to lose weight, but also to keep that weight off once you do hit your end goal. So something to keep in mind right there. Going into the next thing, the next major thing is consistency. So weight loss takes time. You're not going to see results overnight. You're not going to see crazy results week after week. You need to stay consistent and stick to the plan and give yourself realistic expectations, because if you go into it expecting to lose 15 pounds in the first month, you're going to get discouraged when you don't, and then you're going to give up. So set realistic expectations, and something I always like to tell my clients is between 0.8 and 1.2% weight loss per week. That is kind of where you want to be. If you're losing much more than that, like I mentioned a second ago, you're going to be losing weight that you don't want to be losing. So mostly in the form of muscle, and then your metabolism is going to tank. So 0.8 to 1.2 of your percent of your body weight per week is kind of a good marker. The more aggressive you are, the faster you reach your goals, but the more muscle you'll lose in the meantime. So set realistic expectations and stay consistent. Expect the journey to take multiple months, because it will take months, but the same thing is, if you lose weight fast, you'll put the weight back on fast. So lose it in a sustainable rate so you can keep that weight off for good. And then getting into the final two things. So protein and fiber, those are also really important things. So calories come first, and then protein and fiber are going to be like the level right down from there. The reason behind these is protein is kind of like the golden macronutrient. So it helps with recovery. It helps you stay fuller for longer. It helps speed your metabolism up just a little bit because it is kind of a little bit more challenging for your body to break down protein. So you will burn more calories eating a higher protein diet. But the biggest thing is it's going to keep you full and it's going to help you recover, which will also lead to more muscle being built, which will also lead to you burning more calories throughout the day. So for weight loss, protein is a big thing you want to focus on. And this varies very much person to person. You're going to hear a bunch of different conflicting things on how much protein you should get in. The general rule of thumb I like to go with is 1 gram per pound of body weight. But again, that varies very dramatically based off how often you're working out, your current situations, all that different things. So 1 gram per pound of body weight is a generally good thing, but like I said, it's not a perfect thing for every single person. And then going off that, fiber is also something that helps with digestion, helps with bloating a little bit, and also helps you stay fuller for a longer period throughout the day. So that's another really important thing, and the rule for this is very simple. It is 25 grams of fiber a day for women, and then 35 grams per day for males. So fiber and protein are going to come right below those calories when it comes to knowing what to do when it comes to nutrition. And then obviously with all that, you just have to stay consistent because you're not just going to see results after 2 days of eating 1 gram per pound of body weight. You're not going to be like, oh my God, I'm seeing all these results. You need to stay consistent with it. So that is the protein and fiber side of things. And then the last thing is going to be activity and exercise. So out there, you'll see conflicting information on resistance training or cardio, or do I do Pilates or yoga, or what do I do? And what I tell every single person, and what I have found, everyone gets the best results off of this. So I can speak from personal experience with clients, and that is going to be resistance training is the key. So cardio has its place, especially when it comes to overall health reasons. Cardio is good for you, but resistance training is what's going to lead to weight loss in the most efficient way, because while you're resistance training, you're burning calories. You're also burning calories while you're recovering from resistance training. And then as you put on more muscle, you're burning more calories as well. So just makes your body a well-oiled machine so you are losing weight fast, and you're also putting on muscle. So at the end, in an ideal world, your metabolism is faster at your end goal than it is right now when you're starting out. And then you'll be able to keep that weight off so much easier. So that is a very important thing. Resistance training, and this does not have to be a crazy thing. So with all of our clients, we implement usually between 3 and 4 workouts a week. We keep you in the gym for less than 3 hours a week because you guys are busy. You have work meetings, you're traveling for work, all that stuff. So we do not want you to be in the gym nonstop. So keep that in mind. Resistance training is key, and you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to be in the gym 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. You need to rest. And in fact, if you're not, there is a diminishing return on that. And then the last thing is get your steps in. So 10,000 steps a day is the general rule you'll see out there. That is a great rule to go by, but it does vary person to person. But if you're just now starting out in your fitness journey, what I want you to do is go into your health app if you have an iPhone, or if you have anything that's tracking your steps right now. And I want you to look on there, see what your average steps are right this second. And if they're not 10,000 plus, what I want you to do is increase that by 2,000 or 3,000 to start. And then gradually, as you start hitting that goal more consistently, build on it and start getting more steps in, because steps are a huge thing. So I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they say smoking or sitting is the new smoking, and that really is true, especially with today's society where everyone's working from home. You go to class from home. You don't have to really get out of the house as much. You don't have to get out to even go get food. You can have things DoorDash to you. You're sitting a lot more than previous generations, and at the exact same time, obesity rates are rising, almost the exact same correlation. So keep that in mind. Get your steps in. 10,000 a day is great, but just start by small improvements on where you are right now. And then to get into the minors, so those are the majors. Those are the things I want you to focus on when you're starting your fat loss journey, okay? The minors are the things I don't want you to worry about too much. And the first thing I want to get into is going to be carbs and fat ratios. So as I mentioned, calories come 1, protein and fiber come 2, and then way down the list is going to come carbs and fats, how many grams of those you should get in each day. Honestly, do not worry about that, because if you're getting your protein in each day and you're staying within your calorie budget, you're going to be seeing weight loss, and you're going to be recovering adequately, and your appetite should be under control. So do not worry too much about carbs and fats. What I have found with a lot of clients is if you implement that too early, you will overcomplicate things, you'll get overwhelmed, and then you'll fall off, which then plays directly into consistency. It's hard to stay consistent, And if you know you're not hitting your exact carbs and fats, it's challenging to do. But if you know you're not hitting those, then motivation will fall off and you won't stick to your goals long term. So keep that in mind. Do not worry about carbs and fats too much. Going into the next thing, exercise selection. So again, this is similar to carbs and fats. You don't want to overwhelm yourself when you're first starting your fat loss journey. So for the first while, focus on getting in the gym and doing resistance training. If possible, implement progressive overload. That's what we do with each one of our clients. And we take all this guesswork out of the equation with our clients. So with that being said, if you are someone who right now you're thinking, okay, this is great, but this is just a lot, what I want you to do is go below, follow me on Instagram, and shoot me a message saying ready. We'll sit down, we'll talk through your goals, and we'll go over how our program can help you. Because at the end of the day, sure, you can go out there, you can find all the information you need to lose weight, but we'll take the guesswork completely out of it. So in 6 months, you can be where you want to be with fitness, and you will be cruising away knowing exactly what you need to do on a day in and day out basis, not overcomplicating things, and you'll be seeing results at a much faster rate than this trial and error stuff. So like I said, if you are someone who this is just okay, this is a lot of information, what I want you to do is follow me on Instagram, DM me ready, and we can sit down, talk over everything, and get you started in our Fast Track Fitness and Nutrition System, which is getting dozens of clients who are busy, just like yourself, busy with work meetings, busy with traveling, they have a home life, they don't have time for the gym, they don't want to eliminate all their favorite foods. It's helping all those people lose weight and keep it off long term. So again, follow me on Instagram and DM me ready if that is something that applies to you. But getting back into this, so the exercise selection stuff, don't worry about it too much in the beginning. There's so many things out there, so many different workout routines to follow. It can be hard to know exactly what works for you, but in the beginning, what I want you to do is focus on nutrition over everything, getting that activity in, so getting those steps in, and getting into the gym and at least doing something. So get in the gym, work on weight training, 3 days a week, I would say, and usually 30 to 45 minutes will get the job done. And then after you get really used to that schedule, you can start focusing on specific exercises, what exactly you should be doing, all that good stuff. But right now, in the beginning of your fat loss journey, do not worry about it too much. And then the last two things are also really, really big. So meal timing. This is not something you need to worry about as long as you're hitting your nutrition goals. So you're getting your calories in, you're getting your protein in, you're getting your fiber in. You do not need to worry about meal timing too much, especially at this point in your journey. One thing I would recommend is eating before you go to the gym, getting some simple carbs in there, just so you have energy while you're at the gym. But that's about the extent of it right there. You do not need to worry about like every 2 to 3 hours eating, all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, as long as your goals are being met, you're going to be in the right direction. Meal timing does come into play when it comes to struggles with hitting your goals and all that, but that's on a very person-to-person basis, so I cannot tell you what will work for you without seeing your whole situation. So do not worry too much about meal timing in this beginning section of your fat loss journey. And then the last thing is going to be supplements. Now this is a huge one. I worked at a supplement store for 4 years while I was in college, and I used to think supplements were the best thing ever. They were the solution to everyone's problems. That is so not true, okay? Supplements it's a huge industry for a reason. It's a lot of marketing that goes into it. And if you look at supplement to supplement, brand to brand, there's a lot of similar overlapping ingredients in there. Do not worry about supplements. They make up about 5% of the equation. And for a lot of people, it makes up that small percent of the equation, but they're spending hundreds of dollars a month on it. Save your money, put your money into real food and things that help you reach your goals, and supplements are not going to be them. However, with that being said, the supplements, if you do want to go the supplement route, what I would recommend implementing is whey protein or plant-based protein. There's good plant-based proteins out there now as well, as long as it's a complete protein. That's the biggest thing. But protein powders can be good to help you reach that protein goal. However, if you're reaching that protein goal with whole foods, you do not need protein powder at all. So keep that in mind. And then a few other ones that I do recommend to clients on time-to-time basis are creatine, which is awesome. Most studied supplement out there, totally safe. Helps with endurance in the gym, helps with strength output. Creatine is a good one. And then a multivitamin, because it is hard to get all those vitamins and minerals in without, on a day-to-day basis, because you have to eat so many fruits and vegetables, and even at that rate, it's hard to get it in. So multivitamins are good for just overall health. It's not going to necessarily help you on your fat loss journey, and do not fall for the marketing tactics that are out there where it says, oh, this is a fat loss vitamin. It's not. Don't fall for it. The cheap vitamins are just as good as the super expensive ones, so keep that in mind. And then the last thing that sometimes is effective for people is pre-workout, but you do not want to rely on this. Pre-workout, all it's going to do is give you energy so you can hit the gym especially later in the day after work, whatever it may be. It can help you, but you do not want to rely on it every single workout. But there are proven ingredients in there: caffeine, beta-alanine, arginine, citrulline, taurine. All those do play roles in focus, pumps, energy levels, strength output. So that can have a role, but don't be dumping hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month into pre-workouts. Just use that on an as-needed basis. So that is all I have for you. So those are the majors and the minors. Take a screenshot of this if that would be helpful for you, and keep this in mind. So when you're starting your fat loss journey, as you are right now, look at these majors and focus on these, and do not focus on these minors. Please, please, please. You're going to be wasting your time if these are the main focuses. So do not major in the minors. So what I want you to do, now that you've reached the end of this video, and thank you for watching, if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe below for more videos like this coming in the future. But what I want you to do with these majors and minors list, I want you to go through the majors, and I want you to implement at least 2 things today. I want you to plan out how you're going to implement those for the rest of this week, and I want you to implement them right off the bat. Because small things, while it may seem so simple, they do play a large role. And with the calorie deficit stuff, there are calculators out there to help you kind of get an idea of where you're at. And at the time of watching this video, scroll through this page, because I may have a calorie calculation video up there for you by now. So watch that video if you're wondering how the hell do I get in a calorie deficit. But remember, if you calculate a calorie deficit, you're not seeing results, you need to adjust from there. That means you're not in a calorie deficit. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, take action. So do at least 2 of these things that are in the majors list. And you'll be amazed at the results that you can see if you are consistent with it, which is one of the things that's in there. So keep that all in mind. And with that all being said, we do have a program. It's called the Fast Track Fitness and Nutrition System, which is geared towards busy, career-driven adults who are sick and tired of putting their health by the wayside and not prioritizing their health, but they don't know how to fit it into their schedule. They don't want to eliminate their favorite foods. They don't want to be spending endless hours a week in the gym, taken away from meetings, travel, and family time. We have a program for you specifically. So if this is something that interests you and you want to get results similar to Anthony up here, who is down about 10 to 15 pounds, and he just got started in our program, and he works a busy sales job. He's traveling all the time, but he's still seeing results while doing so. Or if you want to be like Tori, who is a high-end manager at her company, and you have kind of tried everything, you don't know how to fit things in, you don't know how to get something that works for you going. If you're like Tori, Tori or Anthony, what I want you to do is go to Instagram, shoot me a follow, DM me ready, and we can sit down and go over your exact goals and how our program can get you exactly where you need to be in the next 6 months. Because you'd be amazed in 6 months how far you can come. And I always like to say this, in 6 months, you're either going to have 6 months of progress or 6 months of excuses, and you pick which one you want. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope this video brought you a bunch of value. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will talk to you later.